Thank you, Amit, and Kaushik, especially big thanks to you. And I actually changed my travel plan to be part of this event. And we spent a lot of time in working on this PPT with Angi and I, my marketing person. So this is about the story, the journey we have gone through the last few years. So we talk about myself, how I, my personal journey, how the career and everything, and then we talk about the company, how it transformed. I don't know why, but I take big pride in being called a Punekar myself. I'm a Pakka Punekar, grew up here in Pune. 25 years in the industry. I went to COAP for my civil engineering graduation, and in the subprime crisis, I think that was a perfect time to pursue a new education, and that's when I pursued executive MBA from Symbiosis. And over the course of time, I acquired certain certifications. ISO 9001 is more on the internal auditing side. And when I was in the US, EIT engineering trainee, that's the basic qualifying exam for PE exam, which is certificate in structural engineering in California. So, Pramod and Pankaj, if you can stand up for a moment. Let me introduce my pillars of the company. Pramod Chogule, and I will talk about the journey, how it happened, how we came together. Obviously, Pankaj is my wife. The finance was the easiest part to delegate to her, but we'll talk about how it happened. So to give you some background, Pramod comes with a very strong operations background. He is a mechanical engineer by qualification. He's very organized, and he focuses on mentoring our team, making them leaders. And Pankaja, she is a master's in computer management, did a program in AppTech. And when we were in Los Angeles, she underwent a program called IT Managers Program from UCLA. And very strong acumen on the finance side. And she handles all the purchasing and all the finance in our company. And the most important characteristic is the fearlessness. Just to give you one example that happened when my daughter, the second daughter, Anvi, she was sick. She was in NICU, and एक गुंडा आला एक दवाखान्यामध्ये, in the hospital, and he started threatening the nurses and doctors for his personal some reason. And then when Anvi was there, and when Pankaj saw that he was coming to attack, so she went forward and she defended, and all the सगळे मागे लपले हिच्या मागे doctors and nurses Pankajaच्या, and that's how the fearlessness I can really count on, and that has really helped us in our business also to take some bold decisions. So the example of our new office I'll talk about, things like that, that's really critical in our journey. And recently she was awarded by Kali Samratni Award by Swami Vivekananda Pratishthan. So just to give you some background, I'm a very, very humble background family. I grew up here in this house, little better than a slum. आम्ही त्याला चाळ म्हणतो. तर चाळीमध्ये वाढलो. 5 जण parents आणि 3 भाऊ, 3 brothers. I'm the eldest son in the family. आणि ते शिडी दिसते लाकडी बांबूची. So ते मी माळ्यावर झोपायचो 3 जण, आणि तिथे स्वयंपाक वगैरे आई तिथे करायची. I went to a municipal corporation school till 7th, आणि पूर्ण शिक्षण मराठीमध्ये झालेलं आहे till 10th. So this was just a symbolic picture. I couldn't find a good picture of my school. वासुदेव बळवंत फडके शाळा क्रमांक 69. आणि this is how I used to spend time. I was very studious, I was very sincere, hardworking since my childhood. And this is how I used to pass my time on weekends and holidays. There was a Radhi depot next to our house, and I used to sit there and read magazines and read books there. And all that knowledge really helped me now in making some decisions, when I analyze different situations. For some reason, my father didn't want me to study after 10th. I don't know why, but he was a clerk by profession. My mom was a housewife. But that, I don't know, that helped me in classified 3-4 lines एक छोटीशी ऍड होती आणि आय वॉज लिटल सरप्राइज्ड की कसं US बेस्ड कंपनी छोटीशी ऍड आणि बीइंग फ्रॉम सच अ हॅम्बल बॅकग्राऊंड मराठी मीडियम द कॉम्प्लेक्स वॉज ऑलवेज इन्फ्रॉडी कॉम्प्लेक्स की आपण काय होऊ का नाही होऊ कसं करू किंवा नाही म्हणू आपल्याला वी कॅनॉट डू इट आय जस्ट वॉक इन अँड आय गॉट सिलेक्टेड as a design engineer. And within 3 months, and as I said, I was very sincere, hardworking, so I put in my full efforts. Within 3 months, I got promoted there in my new job. And from a side job to a white collar job, that too in a US-based company, was a sea change in my life. The culture आणि आमचे जे बॉस होते त्याच्याकडून खूप शिकलो. तर ते सगळं that really impacted my future and my career. And I did so well in that job. My boss, the company president, he selected me to go to California to start our office in Los Angeles. Because he wanted to hire local Americans, of course, for the marketing and sales, but to have somebody to connect with India, because all the production, जे आता आम्ही करतोय त्यावेळेस ते करायचे. I think I would say he was a pioneer in our kind of industry back in like 30 years back. त्यावेळेस ते फॅक्सने वगैरे ते ड्रॉइंग आणायचे बिफोर इंटरनेटच्या आधीच्या काळापासून. तर ही सिलेक्टेड मी अँड देन आय बिकेम द लिंक बिटवीन द अमेरिकन्स अँड लोकल टीम इन इंडिया इन पुणे डुईंग प्रोडक्शन. And that was a turning point. I think that's where I built strong relationships. I got a chance to work on projects, go to cities, talk to building officials to get the permit. And that's काळामध्ये मग P exam, because आम्हाला तिथे P without stamp you can't even build anything in the US. They're very strict. Even when you start construction, you have to have people coming from the city, visit, certify the construction. So this was again a very arduous and tough exam to pass. 8 hours exam, national level, plus 2 exams, local state level, seismic and surveying exam. And surveying is not very common. Even after so much of gap from your B, so again prepare for that exam was not easy. And again, thanks to Pankaja, my daughter Tanvi, she's also here. So ते आणि त्यांच्यावर सगळं मॅनेज करून संध्याकाळी रात्री जागून ते करणं, it was a very tough job. And that has really played a key role in our business, because when you see, when our customers see this stand, or they see I'm a licensed engineer, they have that trust. So आपण मागे बोललो पॅनल मध्ये की ट्रस्ट इज किती क्रिटिकल आहे आणि रिलेशनशिप. So 2007, that's when the subprime crisis hit the globe, the global recession. I don't know if some of you might have lived in the US or outside India. Maybe there is always back in the mind whether to stay in the US or come back to India. That dilemma is always there, always. People accept करू न करू, पण ते होम सिकनेस किंवा ते असतंच कुठे ना कुठे. आणि पंकज and I, we always talked about it, brainstorm आणि काय करायचं, कंटाळा आलाय किंवा घर. कारण सगळं पुण्यामध्ये, एव्हरीथिंग, सगळे नातेवाईक आणि आपलं जे कल्चर आहे किंवा जो आपले पण आहे ते खड्डा जरी असेल ना तो आपला आवडतो इंडियामध्ये. झाड किंवा काय वॉट एव्हर यू सी हिअर, तिथे वी नेव्हर फेल्ट की दॅट्स आवर होम. सो फायनली वी डिसाइडेड टू कम बॅक टू इंडिया. आणि अगेन वी स्टार्टेड आवर जर्नी इन पुणे. I took up a job here. It's a multinational company. I joined as a delivery head in Pune. And because of the recession, थोडासा तिथे वेळ होता, म्हणजे I could spend some time in some other activity than just work, because I was able to finish the work 9 to 10:30 p.m. every day, and attend, prepare for class presentations, group discussions. There are case studies they talk about, presentations on weekends. So 2.5 years, again, that was a very tough period. But which helped me, even now when I make decisions, that really helped me to take some decisions. And that's how I think the MBA finished, and then luckily I got a chance to do sales in my own company because of the internal transfer that it was happening in the company. So I was already heading the operations, I was the delivery head. When I finished my MBA, company gave me a chance to do sales, so that was an added exposure. So for an entrepreneur, what else you need? Operations, sales, finance, which what we learned in MBA. So Pramod, I think he was in touch with me. We worked together 25 years back, and we were in touch. Whether whichever company we work together, we work. But whenever we used to meet, we always talk about what to do next. And he, as an employee, everything was going so smooth. I had a good job. I had a Mercedes back then when I was an employee. I was the VP sales in my company. But kadi baras goshti, you have to do whether you don't like it or not. So that kind of triggered ki let's do something of our own. आणि आम्ही जे challenges बघितले की मगाशी मी बोललो होतो की having a good workplace for employees, giving good customer service. So these are the triggers which prompted us to start our own company. This is when we met. So Pramod started. This was around the COVID pandemic. So after the office hours, used to do drafting, during night time, and I focused on sales and building relationships with the customers. And finally, आणि एक सांगावंसं वाटतं की प्रमोद आणि बाकीचे पण बरेच माझे कॉलिग्स दे हॅड मोर कॉन्फिडन्स इन मी दॅन आय हॅड इन माय सेल्फ की अरे मला नाही जमलं म्हणजे मला भीती वाटत आय एम स्केअर्ड आय हॅव सच अ गुड जॉब मी का सोडू कोणी इफ व्हॉट इफ इट फेल्स तर ते म्हणजे नाही तुम्ही करा आम्ही करू आणि मग ही केम टू अवर हाऊस अँड पंकज अँड दे वर सिटिंग इन आय वॉज इन अ कॉन्फरन्स कॉल आणि दोघांनी पण म्हटलं की तुम्ही सुरू करा आम्ही तुम्हाला म्हणजे किचन आम्ही सगळं टेक केअर करू यू जस्ट फोकस ऑन सेल्स दॅट्स हाऊ इट स्टार्टेड सो शी ज्यावेळेस मी एमबीए केलं त्यावेळेस पंकजा वॉज सेइंग आय वॉन्ट टू सी यू एज अ सीईओ ऑफ अ कंपनी आणि द कंपनीज आय वर्क विथ दोज आर बिग कंपनीज 1000 people plus companies and there are already senior people there ahead of me. I had no chance to be a CEO of that company. Why not to be a CEO of your own company? So that's how she joined us as a CFO and the finance and everything you take care. And Amit, you can see sitting the dark blue shirt. He was in Kolhapur. So Pramod was struggling, working at night, and we spoke with Amit. So he became our first employee of the company. And he सगळं कोविडच्या वेळेस आहे when there was a lockdown and if you see the house was just built, not even painted. That was our first office in Kolhapur. So Amit was working from home. He was with his family, and Amit, the guy said, you can see in the picture, he's Amit's father. He was very instrumental in finding a place for us. And like any other startup, you have to be very frugal. So you can see we didn't have enough resources or funds to even buy a projector. तर आम्ही तिथं छोटंसं कार्डबोर्डचा बॉक्स लावून ट्रेनिंग सुरू केलं व्हाईट बोर्ड आणि we didn't have budget to hire trained people because market is very expensive. If you get good, and the domain that we work in, wood framed construction is very rare. And people don't come very easy. I mean, especially the small company, new company in the market, and the salary budget that we had. So we had no option than training freshers. So आम्ही freshers hire केले. आणि आमचं अजून एक होतं कोल्हापूरचं ऑफिस to start to give opportunity to rural candidates, so they can get a chance to work with the MNC or projects in the US. तर हे this is the first year, 12 people. So every year we go out to celebrate our annual day. So this is how we grew slowly. And this is when we realized about the challenge of getting paid from the US. So that's when Pager came into picture, and Saurabh got in touch. Now Kaushik is handling the account. So thanks to you guys. and that has really helped us, the convenience that our customers got using just a single click. So, and that also helped other customers to pursue this kind of outsourcing model. So as we grew, Colloquy office was still there, and we wanted to open an office in Pune. So this was our second office on East Street, Camp, Kumara Place. And you can see again, very frugal start, basic infrastructure. And when we realized, I was talking to people in Kolhapur, one strange thing came to our notice, that people didn't want to work in Kolhapur. They wanted to come to Pune and Mumbai. So that strategy that failed. And we had no option to merge two offices. So we asked Amit and the people there to come to Pune, and that office wasn't sufficient. So we had a 1-year contract with Kumar Place office, but because of the size and the limitation, we had to let 4 months rent go away and move to Kapilta office in Sangamwadi, near RTO. So, and as I said, the quality of the service we offer, and we kept growing, and our customers become our sales people. They started talking about our services to their friends, and that's how we kept getting business, and we kept adding floor spaces. So we added 1,800 square foot. Then after 3 months, we added one more floor, 2,200 square foot. And this is how we grew again. And this is the last retreat we had, Srinagar Wilderness Resort. So we are now about 70 people. And I think one thing I like to mention is every entrepreneur needs a mentor or a guru. Okay, so I have taken up a course by Mr. Manish Gupta, Chrysalis Entrepreneurship Forum. The Prashant is here, Crystallian. See, कोई आग लगाने वाला चाहिए. Okay, to take from one orbit to the next orbit. So this is how, when we started, Pramod, Pankaj and I, we were very like, चल रहा है ना, चलने दो. Why, tension बढ़ेगा, stress बढ़ेगा. Let's keep it the same momentum. But when we saw the success by delivering good quality and by putting efforts in sales and marketing, we saw traction coming our way. So why not? Why not make it big? Why not talk about 100 crores and 1,000 crores, right? So now, abhi bhook badh gayi hai. So if you see, this office is beyond our capacity, honestly. We had options of 2 other offices, almost 1/3 of the rate of this office. This is right in the city center, next to Rubiol Clinic. The project is Godrej Castle Main, 10,000 square foot, almost 120 seats capacity. And we are moving in September. So September 8 is the opening.
So, we do MEP coordination on every one of our projects, and especially on the large projects, a lot of times we need help. So we reached out to you.
So just to give you again a sense what we do, quick project snaps. So this is our 90% plus business comes from this market. Low-rise and mid-rise, only the high-rises are in the downtown areas of the cities, major cities. And this is a single-family house, 15,000 square foot on a 10-acre land. This is our kind of sweet spot. And this building is part of the house because the owner is a horse trainer, and there's a barn building they're building on. This was our largest project we have worked on so far. So if you see, it's almost a 1.6 kilometer long building for a car battery manufacturing plant. So our scope was here to integrate all disciplines, architecture, structural. So just to give you, from layman's perspective, it's called virtual design and construction. जैसे यहाँ पे हम लोग after we move into a new building, a house, and you realize अरे यहाँ पे AC चाहिए था. and you drill a hole in the wall, right? So, ये पहले से सब design में हम लोग we have to consider this before we start digging the ground. This is called virtual design and construction, neural clashes, 3D coordination, 3D modeling, and clash coordination. This is called. Just a government project for a construction company. Chinese temple. It's a large list. I have just selected a few different types of work. And this was a very interesting project in Nevada. There is a festival every year they organize called Burning Man Festival. So they have very unique kind of structures displayed there. So our scope was to design the structural frame and the foundation anchorage. This is called Queen Cobra. So I'd like to end this story with this simple note. So success is not about achieving something, your goals. It's about the journey that you have gone through. So in my case, if you ask any of my friends and my childhood friends, Pramod, even Pankaj, I was very introvert and shy, not able to speak, the public like this. Now look at me. I'm speaking in front of you, and the kind of transformation I have undergone through this entrepreneurial journey, it's mind-blowing. Even sometimes I don't believe myself, really, this is what I was a few years back. So yeah, believe in yourself, follow your passion. That's what I would like to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mohan. That was an inspiring story. There are a lot of takeaways from what he said. I would concentrate on 2-3 things mainly. One is be humble. Always look forward to grab opportunities. There will always be opportunities which will come your way. It's all depends on an individual how you take it. And in my opinion, everyone has a roller coaster ride. His has been as well. And thank you so much. There is a lot of inspiration for us today from your story. Thank you so much, sir. Right?